welcome to Talkin' Baloney.
Let's move on to what we're watching TV-wise. I wanted to start with, there's a bit of a 90s renaissance right now. A couple of things going on. Back in the 90s, of course, NBC had their huge hits with ER and, Law and Order, all those kind of shows. And the streaming networks, they don't really have those kind of shows, but they're getting into it now. HBO Max launched The Pitt, which is a hospital drama from some of the same people who made ER, starring Noah Wyle, who was on ER. And it is an awful lot like ER. And it is really good, like ER.
I started watching about 15 minutes of it, and I was like, this is something I'm going to have to take some time to watch because this is pretty good.
Yeah. It's on Max, HBO, so it airs once a week. It does have a little bit of a gimmick. Each episode is an hour in that day, so it's a bit like 24. So I think 4 episodes have aired, so you're talking like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. of that day. But it works because there's so much going on. You're basically in the ER of this hospital, and there's a lot of patients, and it's really good.
I read a review where there's some people from a hospital ER that said it was very true to form for their day.
Yeah, I thought with ER, I was a big ER fan. It came out, I think we were probably high school when it came out. And that was like a groundbreaking show because it felt real compared to what hospital shows had been before. And this feels like that even next level.
Yeah.
Because it really, I don't know if you've been to an emergency room lately.
I have.
But, the 7-8 hour wait, they talk about that constantly. And that feels real to me.
Yeah.
So the other 90s flashback on Amazon, they have a show called On Call.
The police show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is from like the same people who brought you Law and Order. It's from the Dick Wolf brand, but it's like a 90s NBC cop show. And Eric LaSalle, who was Dr. Peter Benton on ER, is on it. It's really good. Gritty cop drama. It's a kind of a rookie cop is teamed up with a more veteran cop, and there's like gang warfare going on, and highly recommend it as well.
Take some time, actually enjoy it and watch it.
Yeah, it's good to see because actually the other thing about these shows having, like, we talked about them being from the 90s, they don't really make them anymore on like NBC. Most of the network shows are kind of, I know Law and Order is still there, but Law and Order is a very one episode at a time show. Stories don't carry over.
And very overproduced sometimes too.
Yeah. And it's a very torn from the headlines kind of show.
The other thing I never liked about Law and Order is how they seem to get away with, like, every violation of every law under the sun happens on that 1 hour episode.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do, I mean, nowadays I'm sure, you can do all that stuff, but.
Well, and everything has to be so, like, quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing the criminal investigation and the court case and everything in an hour, so it's like, there's not really time for much drama except for the shocking phone call at 9:58 when, oh,
we got a witness. They came forward. said something bad about the dry cleaning, so they're turning on him, and it's like, oh, there, end of the show, we got him.
Yep. It's over. Dum.
Yeah.
Jim. So what are you watching?
I did watch the is it St. Denis
St. Denis Medical Peacock
on Peacock. Liked it for the first maybe pilot episode. I did watch 2, 3. I think I got to 4.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Can't do it. I may still go back and finish it just to say I did it, but they're trying way too hard to be The Office.
Yeah.
Way too hard. Like it's almost to the point that they have a Dwight character, they have a Michael Scott character. It's too much.
Yeah, and it's kind of the long history of like post-Office NBC has been them trying to make another Office.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are more like Superstore than they are The Office.
It's okay. So Beverly Goldberg, the mother from Goldberg's, is the director or whatever at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally her sitting in her office talking like Michael Scott, or her walking around the facility like Michael Scott walking around the office. It's a play-by-play of The Office. It literally is. I challenge somebody to tell me it's not.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I saw enough of the previews to think like, yeah, I don't think I could. Yes.
You know, so Oscar would be the one head nurse because they got the one kind of serious character, but has a couple little quirks. And then I kid you not, you'll pick up every single character from The Office. You'll pick up a vibe on a character on the show.
Yes. So overall, thumbs down?
Thumbs down. Definitely thumbs down.
All right.
Thumbs down, cancel your subscription.
Wow.
It's almost that bad.
Is there anything on Peacock? Well, WWE is still there for now.
For now.
But what else on Peacock?
Listen, Peacock does a really good job, too, of speaking of 80s and 90s. They have a section for 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. They do a good job of that. But
you know, what Peacock, for me, they have some hit movies, like right out of the theater,
mm-hmm.
but then they disappear. Like Fall Guy was on Peacock, but now it's on like Netflix or Amazon. So
I think it's on Prime now, too.
Prime, yeah.
But on Peacock, they always do the movie, and then they do a director's cut of the movie. You don't see that on a lot of the other apps.
Right.
Like when they had Fall Guy came out, they had 2 versions of it, so you could watch both of them.
Right. But they only have the rights to it for a short time.
Very short time.
So
I think they have it for like a month, and then boom, it's gone.
Yeah, they had Oppenheimer, but then it was gone. So there's, I don't know.
If you're in any of the crazy horror movies like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and all those movies, Peacock had them. And they had the new one, which was just as bad, if not worse, than the first one. But I still watched it.
That's your bread and butter.
Way over the top. Like,
that's your broccoli and horsemanure.
Yeah. Just over the top produced. Good horror movie. None of it believable, but it was a good movie to watch in the background.
All right. You also watched the Beast Games.
Yes.
Mr. Beast.
I made it maybe 12 minutes into this.
Tell me about it, because
first off, the whole X is on the floor and everybody's getting, booed out half the field and all that stuff. I don't have the patience for that. There was way too many people in that. Like, I feel like you could do the same effect with 20 people, 20 contestants instead of.
Well, I mean, but that was the point. But
yeah. I don't know. It seemed like it was way overproduced. Like, we were taking it to the. I mean, we might as well roll out Running Man. What's next?
Yeah. So, have you seen Squid Games?
I never got into Squid Games. I watched maybe a half of one episode. Maybe that's probably why. I'd probably appreciate this even more if I actually watched Squid Games.
Okay, so here's what I say. Squid Games, the TV series, I didn't really care for it. I watched a few episodes. I liked the design and the look. I didn't really care for the acting or the drama.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, like, not that great. But then Netflix made a actual game show version of Squid Games, which was pretty good. Like, Mr. Beast kind of ripped that off.
Mm-hmm.
It started with, I don't know, thousands of people and followed the Squid Games format where you had to do these games, but of course, unlike the TV show, you weren't being shot with real bullets. But yeah, it got it down to, 3 people, 2 people, 1 person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really a good reality game show. So I was kind of intrigued in the Mr. Beast attempt to do something like that.
What did you think?
I didn't watch it yet.
No.
Well, I don't like Mr. Beast.
Isn't he buying TikTok?
I don't want to call him Mr. Beast. Can I call him Jacket? I mean, can I call him Johnny?
Isn't he buying TikTok or something? Or he made an offer on it or something, right, to do it?
Isn't it crazy he has this much money?
Huh? How?
From YouTube? From YouTube videos where he gives people money? He's made this much money?
I don't know. This whole influencer thing is just...
Lots of sketchy stuff in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of sketchy stuff with his other people.
Yeah, well, didn't he used to, like, pretend like he was giving people money and gifts and then take it away from him at the end of the YouTube video?
I don't know. Yeah. Just weird stuff. Like, a lot of his things revolve around, I'll give you money if you stay in this place for this amount of time. Yeah. It's like, really?
Yeah. I'll give you money if you eat shit. Well, here's $1 million.
Yeah.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah.
I can't.
And you're not like 12 years old anymore. Why don't you come up with a real name? We're not calling you Mr. B. Okay? By the way, I'm the big guy, and we're talking baloney. I'm here with Jim Deezy. You can call us on the hotline.
We're grown folks. Okay.